Hey folks, I'm Mike North. Welcome to 30 and 5 on 560WIND.com, and keep coming to us. We are going to be expanding our model for the better. Now, the jobless rate still at 9%, okay? But it's holding firm. It's supposed to be a record Christmas from what we're hearing. Who knows what people are hanging on to? I think that the Obama administration will wait for the Christmas earnings to come in before they make a move. The unemployment roll's been down a little bit, so you're seeing a mixed bag right now. But it's still up at 9%. And when 68 to 70% of the people in this country say they don't feel the economy's getting better, that is a serious situation that I don't know what they're going to do about it. Now, we still got a long time before the election, and right now, in a poll taken, Newt Gingrich, well, you don't have to know who's leading the GOP, because as soon as a guy becomes the leader of the GOP, then the left starts coming up with like old stories. You know, Newt Gingrich, 10 years ago he took money. Yeah, he took money as a consultant for $1.6 million over an 8-year span. In the meantime, we're $15 trillion in debt. Okay, so here's what I'm fine. It's alleged. In my world, they've investigated this a couple times. It hasn't happened. They haven't netted anything. He said in 2003, one of the guys, that he'd have witnesses collaborating. They didn't. So, you know what? Not good. Weather today, chilly, fall. Check it out around the country, folks. You've been listening to 560WIND.com, the Mike North 30 and 5. Flood Brothers Disposal and Recycling Services are professional waste haulers. Now, the Flood family is big on service. It's our #1 priority. We're big on is service. Call us at 773-626-5800 or floodbrothersdisposal.com.